Alright, so this is just a update on my DRZ. Been doing a little bit of restoration on it. Got the handguards off right now. Waiting on I got a Zeta aluminum throttle tube coming in. It's a quick turn, so putting that on, putting the other one of these grips over there. What I'm really excited about is this battery in here is actually a Tusk lithium battery that weighs like less than a pound, and the old battery is over here. I mean, this weighs easily like 5 pounds, and it's dead, so it's pretty useless to me. So I'm currently selling my Yoshimura RS2 exhaust. Gonna replace it with an MRD SSW. And then I was also in the process of polishing up some plastics. So if you look, they're kind of dull. I've done every kind of sanding you can think of. I started at 320, went up to 2000, buffed, waxed. I tried every chemical I had in here, which is quite a lot. And I can't get it to shine. But when you compare it to like that plastic, it looks better. But if you compare it to like the gloss on the tank or even the other plastic, it's just not shiny. So it repairs the scratches, but it doesn't get it shiny. So see, the shininess isn't there. So I'm working on that. What I really had fun with today is I installed quite a few things on the carburetor. So originally I had the EMR needle in this, and that's set up really lean. So I was getting a lot of popping on decel, and I felt like there was something missing in this throttle response. I also installed the R&D FlexJet, which is amazing. It's so much easier to make fuel screw adjustments with that. I can just reach down while I'm riding, tweak it, adjust what I need to. I also found out that this, let's see if I can get in there, get a light. There's a high clearance choke that Thumper Talk sells for like 35 bucks. And so I looked at the part number. There it is right there. And it's actually off of a CRF 250 or 450 carb. It's actually off of pretty much any FCR carb. And it's a high clearance choke. And it's a $20 part from Honda. And if you buy it through Thumper Talk, it's like 30 something. So I just bought it through there, and you can see even with the stock tank, you have just enough clearance with this. It's much smaller. So this is my old choke knob. Yeah, that's what I had to work with. It was pretty well busted. Super easy mod. Totally worth 20 bucks. I got my jets from Jets R Us or Jets R Us or something like that. Cost me 30 bucks to buy the EMN needle and 2 main jets. I think I bought a 158 and a 152 because I already have a 160 in there. So it's currently jetted for sea level, 45 pilot, 160 main, EMN needle, 3rd clip. And then I did do the O-ring mod, but I didn't use an O-ring because the last one I used broke. So I actually used a zip tie. And it seems to be much more reliable. And I don't really want to start it right now. It's way too loud in this garage. But before, with the old needle, not being able to adjust the pilot screw, because if you own a DRZ, you know the pilot screw, the fuel screw adjustments here, there's just no way to get in there, see what you're looking at, and actually adjust the screw easily. In fact, I can never do it on the bike personally. So I always had to do it off the bike. And so having this $25 R&D FlexJet makes a world of a difference. I did notice that if you don't have it at the right angle, it's very, very hard to turn. And it's also a little tougher to know when you fully seated versus the actual screwdriver, because there is some flex in the metal cable and everything. But basically I just turned it in all the way when I installed it. And then as a starting point, I turned it two turns out, and then I've just been kind of screwing with it from there. Basically, now I have it set where I touch the starter button, it fires right up. I can mash open the throttle from nothing to full anytime, and just like the MX bikes where you just flick it, it will just rev. Whereas before, it would just bog out really bad. You wouldn't feel the bog when you're riding, but definitely at idle if you wanted to do the flick test. Also, I was having a hanging idle issue where coming off acceleration, it would just hang up. I think that was due to my pull cable being a little too tight and my return cable being a little too loose. So when I installed the carburetor this time, I left the pull cable a little looser. So there's actually pretty good amount of distance, like there is tension and there's not. So there's a little more play in it. Like I said, I got that Zeta aluminum throttle tube coming in, but this is kind of my mini project. Plan to do some moto vlogs with this guy coming up. I don't plan on, well, I've got the MRD on the order, and then I've also got a MotoMaster front disc for the street. And I'm going to take that stock disc and apply it to my dirt rims over there. That's my KX250. So that's my actual project. It's my wife's bike. That I will be making a full documentary on that build. That's got parts everywhere for that bike. I've just got them randomly everywhere. Yeah, right now I've just been outfitting my garage with a bunch of new toys, workbench, parts washer, vise, air compressor, best air compressor you can buy actually, for $120. Jack, stands, creeper, seat, all kinds of other shit for the garage. So, but it makes it much easier to work in a garage having all these parts. So the DRZ is just getting kind of a fresh up right now. There was 2 sets of bearings that were bad. The swing arm bearings and the lower shock bearing was toast. So I've got those on order. I also modified my sprocket cover so you can see through it just because I had the tool to do it. I'm actually a lot happier with this bike now. I also swapped to the stock tank, which I like better. I think it gives it a better look because I had my Clark 3.9 gallon up there on it. And actually I like the way it looks with the stock tank. So anywho, review of the bike. I love it, honestly. I mean, I should be good for about 41 horsepower right now with this setup, with between the FCR, that's an E-model engine, an RS2 exhaust, and a K&N. Should be good for about 40 to 42, 43 horsepower, especially since now I'm at sea level again. The MRD, I should be able to pick up a couple horsepower on the top end with that. But overall, I really love the bike. Actually, I do have the hand guards. They got the XC flashers from Zeta on there. It's pretty cool. So I'll be doing some more updates on this, but like I said, this isn't getting a full rebuild because the bike is fine how it is. If and when I blow the motor, I'll be doing either a 470 or a 485 big bore with either hot cams stage 2 or RHC cams, It depends on what the budget allows for. Basically, it's a matter of if I want to send it off to Eddie at SSW to get the work done, or if I just want to do it all in-house. If I do it all in-house, it'll be a 470 with hot cams, and that'll save me about $1,000. If I go to the 485, that'll put me at about $3,500 to build the motor. Considering I only bought the bike for $25, and I've already put, I don't know, between the new exhaust I'm buying, the new front brake rotor, different maintenance items, I'm easily over $1,000 into this already, and I still have to buy a new front fender, need to replace this mask. I may even just do a whole new headlight setup. I want to do new plastics, but like I showed with this piece, I'm actually trying to revive these ones so I can have a black kit that's just for dirt, and that's what this kit will be for. And then I may go to a either a white, or a blue kit, and I may even entertain the thought of trying to paint some red plastics. Anyway, some toys I bought. This little dirt bike stand from Harbor Freight, got it for like $30. It works awesome. DRZs are very heavy and it's a bitch to get on there. Don't ask me how I get on there. It's just lots of strength and swinging it over on the stand. But this little gem here, little Craftsman motorcycle jack I just picked up used for $60. Foot operated. It's got the 3 different position locks and a down lever. Amazing jack. I love that jack. That definitely beats my old jack, which is this trackside one that's only meant for like motocross bikes less than 300 pounds. So anyway, that's all I've got for an update.